It is now 6:30. We will begin the public hearing of the Board of Mayor and Aldermen for June 4th, 2013. I would like to remind everyone that we are now televising live the public hearings, the citizens forum, and the meeting. So we would ask everyone, please be on your best behavior. Order of business will be Ordinance 2013-03, Ordinance 2013-04, Ordinance 2013-05. First one being an ordinance of the City of La Vergne, Tennessee, adopting the annual budget and tax rate for the fiscal year beginning July 1, 2013 through June 30th, 2014. Second ordinance being an ordinance to amend 2012-2013 fiscal year streets capital project fund. Third, an ordinance to amend 2012-2013 fiscal year general fund budget. And number 4, application for City Slickers LLC for a certificate of compliance for an off-premises consumption retail liquor store to be located at 5410 Murfreesboro Road. I will now turn the public hearing over to City Administrator, Mr. Bruce Richardson.
Thank you, Mayor. The first item that we'll look at tonight is Ordinance 2013-03, an ordinance of the city to adopt the annual budget and tax rate for the fiscal year beginning July 1, 2013 through July 30, 2014. If anybody would like to speak on this ordinance at this time, would like for you to come up to the podium, state your name and address for the record, and make whatever comments you would like.
Hi, how are you all tonight? This year my remarks will be a lot shorter than they were last year.
Can you state your name and address for the record, please?
I'm Ann Cox. I live at 203 Briarcoat Circle in La Vergne.
Thank you.
As I said, this is going to be a little shorter than what it was last year. However, the reason for it is I had trouble getting a copy of the current budget, and that may have been by design. But I will address a few of my greatest concerns. And I want to impress upon each of you again that city governments are the biggest corporations in this country today. And that's why I have some of the questions that I have. And in my opinion, you all are not treating this as a working corporation. I think you need to show a little more respect as to who you represent. I know that you all know this when you do a budget at home. You look at your income, you look at your outgo, and if there's something you can't afford, you just take it off the budget, and I think that's what we have to do here. Again, I feel like that each of you in your campaign speeches said that you were public servants. If you're going to draw a salary plus have benefits and an expense, I don't think that's been a public service. I think that you all need to donate back to the city your salaries. That's my personal opinion. Then the next item that I'm a little concerned about is the fire department. Why did you up that contract by $400,000? I thought we had a contract, or I have been told that we have a contract with the Metro government to furnish us with fire department.
Metro has never furnished us fire.
Okay. Then who is our contract with?
It is with La Vergne Fire LLC. Metro Fire, they've been here for 20 years.
Okay.
But Metro Fire has never provided a contract.
Who do we have a contract with?
With La Vergne Fire LLC.
Okay, why are you upping it $400,000?
Because that was what the previous mayor and all, they voted on that 2 months prior to this board taking office. That's what that board voted on. They voted on a 10-year contract.
That's what I know, but are we going to increase it $400,000 every year of that $10,000?
That's what's in the contract. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Thank you for clearing that up for me. And then the next item that I looked at was emergency services. Why are we down in it by $300,000? It's down by 300,000.
I think part of that was because of an asset that we purchased this past year, we mentioned for the next year.
The truck?
Okay. Okay. Now we get down to our Economic Development Administration. And as I have stated, that this is a corporation and should be treated as such and respected. In the 10 years that I have been involved, this has been inactive for all intents and purposes. There is no new retail and only one new warehouse. I just don't understand how you all can sit here and spend the money that you spend going to Las Vegas, saying that you're there recruiting businesses when there is absolutely nothing here. I just don't understand it. To me, if you were working for my corporation, I would hand you a letter that would say that your services were no longer needed, that the reason for it would be your inability to produce as the contract stated. I just don't understand how you can spend that kind of money and not produce. But that's me. The public relations, I think that we're going in the right directions in that, but I'd like to ask y'all to push a little harder. There's some of our kids that are not sports-minded. There's some of them that can't participate in pageants. I'd like to see us partner with one school and do a project within that school to help those kids promote themselves. I have some ideas. I've done it. I just came away from raising $12,000 in less than 3 weeks to go to D.C. for 14 kids. And I know that it can be done. It's not all that bad. The next thing is you've got culture down there, and I'd just like to know who's in charge of that money and what's the money for. That, to me, makes absolutely no sense.
Kelly,
And-
would you like to answer that?
That's the total amount that we pay out to our nonprofits. There's a list of nonprofits.
Okay. Well, we get to that again. Why are we paying the chamber $78,000? What are they doing for us? I think I can answer that as nothing. I don't see anything that they've done for this city. And I remember, I've been sitting at home. I have talked to a lot of people, and a lot of people are very disgusted with the way things are going.
Well, if you've been watching the meetings, that will be discussed tonight.
Oh, good. That's great.
And along with the fire department and everything, the fire department issue
Yeah.
has been discussed in the previous meetings.
Well, I'm sorry, but I had to have a little surgery.
I'm just saying it just,
Okay.
I mean, the whole $400,000 thing, it's been addressed.
Okay, all right, and, and when you're not available to do things. Also, what am I paying repairs and maintenance in the amount of $3,600 at the city court? What do they have that I need to pay $3,600 to repair and to maintain?
That's the software that they use.
Oh, the software, okay. Are we up to date on our IT? Are we still down
As
some?
far as I know, on everything that we have, we're up to date, yeah.
Okay. Now, before I got sick, I know that there was a big question about the IT part of it, especially with you.
That's the CAD, and that's on the agenda as well.
Okay. Why is human resources up 75,000? What have we done there? Are we outsourcing more, or do
Most
we
of
not?
that is moving one person back into that department. Last year it was for 2 people, this year it's for 3.
Okay. I looked at your highways and streets, and I noticed that you all had cut that budget down by $156,000. And I'd like for you all to rethink that, because since December, I have traveled just about every street in this town. There are a lot that need to be repaved. There are some that need to be paved, and there are a lot of potholes out there that need to be filled up. And I wished you all would rethink that and really do something to help with that part of it. And I know Walden Road looks real good now, but that's not the only road in this town. Also, I love these sidewalks that we have built from school, for our school kids to walk on to get to school. Right now, I live between two schools. I've yet to see a child walk on that sidewalk. But I'll tell you one thing, we adults and our animals sure are enjoying them. Because every afternoon, you can see about 20 of us in a little line going down through there. And the last item that continues to bother my conscience is your water and sewer. I look at that rate every time we get a water and sewer bill, and I just want to scream. I really don't think that it helps when we're trying to ask people to come in here and start a business. I don't think that sewer rate is really something that is viable and it's going to help you all. And I do think that Walden Road looks sort of ghosty right now. I haven't been down there in a long time, and I drove down it tonight, and I don't know why. I guess I thought that everything was going to pop up and really be nice, and it's not. I want to thank you all for allowing me to stand up here and give you my opinions, vent my frustrations, and my hopes for a better year. And on a more personal note, I would like to ask each of you all to be kinder to each other.
Thank you. Is there anybody else that would like to speak on Ordinance 2013-03, the budget ordinance for the next fiscal year? Anybody else? Not seeing anybody come to the podium, we'll move on to item number 2, Ordinance 2013-04, an ordinance to amend the 2012-2013 fiscal year Streets Capital Projects Fund. If anybody would like to speak on this ordinance, please come up to the podium, state your name and address for the record, and make whatever comments you'd like. Once again, if anybody would like to speak on Ordinance 2013-04, now is your opportunity. Seeing no one come up to the podium, I'll declare the public hearing for that item closed. Go on to item number 3, Ordinance 2013-05, an ordinance to amend the 2012-2013 fiscal year general fund budget. If anybody would like to speak on this ordinance, please come up to the podium at this time.
Good evening. My name is Carmelita Wilkes. I live at 3031 George Buchanan Drive. I have been here for 2 years. I moved here from Kentucky to retire. I am a grandmother. These are my grandchildren. And since we've been here, we go to the park, Laverne Park, a lot. What I would like to know, if within sometimes maybe next year, we have a lot of land around here. Instead of us going to Smyrna to the water park, if they could get a water park in Laverne. We have a lot of children in the neighborhood, and they don't really have a lot to do. A lot of the older people that live in our neighborhood, they retired and they have their grandchildren, and we go over to Smyrna, it's so crowded, can't hardly get in.
Ma'am.
And Laverne is a very...
I'm sorry, this is a public hearing. for ordinance 2013-05. This isn't the water park. There's nothing on this ordinance about the water park. I think you're thinking about the citizens forum that you signed up for.
Okay.
Is that what you're?
Well, I thought it was the general fund budget, maybe we could,
Well, that doesn't have anything to do with this ordinance. Okay.
okay.
We're trying to just keep the public hearing to this item specifically. This is about communication equipment.
Is she on the citizens?
She's on the
forum?
citizens forum.
Okay, okay. Yeah, and just when the public hearing's over, we can let you come back up and talk about that.
Thank you so
Because
much.
I agree with you on the part.
Thank
so.
you.
But yes, ma'am, you can come back up with citizens, okay?
Is there anybody that would like to speak on ordinance 2013-05? Seeing no one come up, we'll declare the public hearing for this item closed. We'll go on to the last item on the public hearing agenda, application from City Slickers LLC for a certificate of compliance for an off-premise consumption retail liquor store to be located at 5410 Murfreesboro Road. Is there anyone here that would like to speak on this application? Once again, this is an application for a new liquor store to be located at 5410 Murfreesboro Road. If anybody would like to speak, now is your opportunity. Not seeing anybody come to the podium, I'll declare the public hearing for this item closed. Mayor, that's all of the items on the public hearing agenda.
All righty. I will now call the public hearing closed. We are running just about 5 minutes behind. I will move right into the citizens' comments or forum. All righty. Next, we will have the citizens' forum. And Ms. Cox, do you want to speak? I will remind everyone on the citizens' forum, you do have 3 minutes.
I'm with her. Do something for the kids.
Okay. All right. Ms. Wilkes, come on up and we'll talk about the water park.
Well, we came from Paducah, Kentucky, and they built the water park. When they built the water park, they built it in one of the areas that was high crime area. But when that water park was built, crime went down 50%. A lot of the guys that was hanging around in the park that was doing the drug thing and whatever, it ran them out. Because we had church buses from daycares to come. It was free, it was safe, and they just had a good time. And that's why, you know, I see a lot of property around here, you know, and even where we live at on George Buchanan, it's a lot of land, traffic area. It would be a good thing if they had it. It would keep a lot of the children busy, because some of them can't afford to go to the YMCA or the Boys and Girls Club. It's such a long wait. We're 14 on the list. So we went to Nashville today to the Bicentennial Water Park and stayed there all day, and they really enjoyed it. But they have something to say also.
Okay. They may have to lower it, or you may have to give them yours. There you go.
Dear Mayor, my name is Alexandra Sanks. We live in Laverne, Tennessee, and sometimes in summer, my granny doesn't have enough gas to get to the water park in Smyrna. And we want a water park in Laverne. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Dear Mayor, I wish that we could get a water park in Laverne, so I wouldn't want to wait to get to Smyrna and have to wait to get to downtown and do all that and have fun. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, okay, Mr. AC, you've heard them loud and clear.
Monty.
And
start looking for
Monty,
money.
so we start looking for these grants, and how can you deny those little
You
faces?
can't.
No way. Well, that is all we have. They did an excellent job, and I now call the citizens forum closed.